I'm a 32-year-old master shaman. I know, I don't look like one, but I am. Here are some tips of how I think someone can start to get into shamanism, like no matter where you are in the world, no matter what race you are, right? First thing, get into herbalism. Okay, so just start to understand different plants, the different plants in your area, the different plants, like medicinal plants, and then like make sure you do research, right? Be safe about it. Don't be an idiot, because that's the first thing. Don't be an idiot, right? Plants are dangerous, but they're also really safe, because some are dangerous and some are very safe. And even the dangerous ones can be used when used with care and understanding of what they are. But that's more for advanced level. This is more just to get into it, right? Start doing research on the local plants in your area. Like dandelion grows everywhere, right? Like, as I'm just staring at a dandelion grows everywhere. You can use dandelion flowers. You can kind of make some like candied dandelion flowers. You can make an extract. You can take the roots and make like a kind of like a coffee substitute or something like that, right? Like, I know dandelion leaves, I think, have more vitamin A than spinach, right? So like, gain knowledge like that, right? Start with something simple. There's ferns over there, like wild ferns, and fern shoots, like the baby fern things, could be eaten, in the spring. And then start getting more advanced. Like, plants like motherwort is one of my favorite herbs. Blue vervain. Like, start getting to know plants, okay? Then from there, do research about shamanism. Not just from people, like, technically the original creators of shamanism are technically the Asians. But the Native Americans are what make shamanism popular today. So, because of that, it's like this thing where it's like, just respect where it comes from and learn where it comes from. And then start to broaden your knowledge about the different types of shamanism, because each different shaman is completely different than the next shaman. There could be 5 shamans that both live in South America, but they're all completely different. Some of them drink ayahuasca, some of them don't. Some of them take psychedelics, some of them don't, right? Understand that, right? Because I see a lot of people on the internet today calling themselves shamans, and I feel like I'm partially to blame. Like, I don't want to, like, whatever, but it's just because I don't look like a shaman, but I say, hey, I'm a shaman. And then it makes other people think that they can say that they're a shaman, but no, it's like, no, I'm definitional shaman. I travel dimensions, using plants and herbs. I've built a relationship with the earth. It's this whole thing. There's a whole process to becoming a shaman to figure out what type of shaman are you. Like, because obviously Asian shamanism didn't have ayahuasca. I got these bugs in my eye. I had a bug in my eye, and I thought I could just... But because, like, obviously Asian shamans didn't drink ayahuasca because ayahuasca didn't grow there. So like, that developed with a new shaman who then, eventually discovered ayahuasca and started adding that into his or her shamanism practice. You have to develop your own practice, and it starts with getting educated. And then once you get educated about the plants, spend more time in the plants, with the earth, right? And then build a relationship with the earth, right? Like Mother Earth herself, like this planet, the earth, she's alive. This is a living being that we walk on top of. This living entity creates plants and animals. That's why it's called Mother Earth. It is our mother. And she has a consciousness that you can connect to. She's all around us, literally. Like, And once you can learn to listen to her, to feel her, like you can build a relationship with her, you can build a relationship with the earth. And then once you start to get to know the plant, whatever plant you're researching, like motherwort, for example, for me, after many years of working with the plant, I've built a relationship with the plant. And it sounds crazy, but it's just you can build a relationship with these things. That's part of shamanism, where you understand you can build a friendship, a real true connection with the earth, with the plants that you're using. Like each shaman uses different plants for a reason, because each shaman has built a friendship with different plants. Like, we all have different friends when it comes to being a shaman. You know, like, and then once you start doing that, like the advanced version of it is then you start traveling dimensions with psychedelics or like whatever, whether it's ayahuasca, DMT, mushrooms. You can start to travel dimensions and then learn how to travel the spirit world, which then requires you to put in more work, learning how to meditate, learning different mantras, learning all of these things so you have an like back in the day, shamans used to have like a bag, right? And it would be like their shaman's bag, and they'd have all their plants and extracts in their bag, right? Building a bunch of skills, techniques, friendships with different plants, not just having the plants, but building a friendship with them, understanding them, learning mantras. That is you as a shaman building your metaphorical bag of stuff that helps you do your thing. Like, because once I've learned, like I learned how to travel dimensions with psychedelics, learn meditation, like learn the meditation where like you become the observer and you silence your mind. Just because in DMT space or in ayahuasca space or in the spirit world, as the shamans call it, right? In that space, your thoughts is your voice. So like, if you want to speak to an entity that you meet, you gotta learn how to shut the fuck up in your mind so you can intake what they're trying to teach you, so you can be there instead of freaking out because you're in a trip. Like, the shamanism perspective of taking psychedelics is much different. Like, much different. The intention of the shaman is to push the boundaries, right? But that's the advanced version of it. And like, I'm really just making this video as like a whole thing to try to explain that like, at first you get in through herbalism, and then if you get a calling, because that's the main thing, one thing I forgot to mention that I should have said in the beginning. I got the calling from DMT and Mother Ayahuasca herself. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but no one told me about shamanism or psychedelics or this other shit. Like, I thought it was crazy people drugs, right? So like, I got this weird pull, this call to follow this path. If you get into shamanism and you start with herbalism, but you don't have a call or a pull to take it deeper, then maybe your journey is just herbalism. And that's fine. Not everyone will be a shaman. Not everyone will be able to be a master shaman. Not everyone will be on that type of thing. But you can introduce shamanism into anyone's life, even if they're not a shaman, by perspective switches, right? Learning to look at the earth differently. Learning to look at the plants differently. Learning to understand that humans are supposed to be the protector of this fucking planet, bro. And we're fucking it up because we're disconnected from it. We can't feel it. But the shamans can. The people that are connected to the earth can. Which is why it's like I'm kind of done hiding. Where it's like, you know, I've spent 11, 12 years building myself into a master shaman. And now I'm just ready to say it and help people and spread the knowledge because, like, it's about time we wake the fuck up and reconnect with the earth and reconnect to what we really are.